Good Monday evening, everyone. I'm Fox 19 Now First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart here from the Streaming Center. And hopefully you got to get out and enjoy some of the beautiful weather we saw outside. It started Friday, a little cloudy there Friday, but temperatures were nice and crisp out there. Saturday, things started to really turn around. A lot of sunshine outside. Sunday, a lot of sunshine, and all weekend long. Very, very dry weather. It was beautiful outside. Not just dry in the skies, but the humidity disappeared. I mean, we saw our, I hesitate to use the word because people hate it, but it was our moistest June and July ever. The dew points were the highest they have ever been on average for the month of June and July. So going all the way back into the 40s at CVG, the International Airport, we averaged 67.02 in the dew point department. That was the average for both months, highs, lows, everywhere in between, because the dew point, it's a level of moisture in the air. It fluctuates. 67.02 was where we averaged out of the 2 months, and that is the highest ever, going all the way back. The average where we should be for those 2 months, which were two of our, our moistest months of the year, 62.58. So we were 4.5 degrees. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a significant amount. 4.5-ish above where we should be. And the next closest record was 66.36 back in 2010. 2011, also a very humid year. Probably remember that one. But nothing. Got nothing on 2025. Then the record before that was back in the 80s. So, of the top five, it was significantly more humid. So you weren't just imagining things. It was pretty rough outside for the last 2 months. But then we've really flipped the script out here for August. August, we have turned things around significantly, as you probably noticed, through the weekend. Compared to the most humid June and July we just saw ever, we are now seeing our driest August on record. And that has started to turn around a little bit outside today. The clouds have started to roll back in. The humidity's up just a bit. Those dew points are up just a bit. But for the first 4 days of August, driest August on record. If you think this was a slam dunk, it's not even close for the first 4 days. Now, unfortunately, we have a few more days to go in August, so we're going to see how things end up shaping up. But at least for now, we're enjoying the nice low humidity. We've been enjoying some nice dry weather out here downtown and across the rest of the tri-state, but that is all changing. Rain not too far away off to our west, and some spotty storms will return for much of the tri-state as early as the overnight hours. So we'll start to see, that is your first alert, some spotty storms are coming back, and they will arrive as early as tomorrow morning. So there's that nice drop off the cliff there in the dew point department we saw out there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then things started to tick back up yesterday. We were just a little bit muggier yesterday afternoon. That's where we started our day today, and then tomorrow we're going to get back to on the fringe of humid and very humid. And with that, some better rain chances will start to sneak back in. But right now, just like what you're seeing here behind me, a few clouds here and there. We've stayed dry today because high pressure is still holding on just off to our northeast. However, you can see how that changes as I show you the radar here in just a second of what's happening just off to our west. That next lousy low, it's down by Evansville. It's going to start diving our way, heading upriver here as we work way into the day tomorrow. 80 degrees right now. Winds have started to shift a bit. Instead of that northeast wind we were seeing all weekend long to keep that drier air in place, it's now an east wind, and expect more of a southeast wind, maybe east-southeast the next couple of days. Again, that doesn't sound like much of a change either, but it makes all the difference in where it's pulling in that moisture from. So right now our 80 feels like 81. By the end of this week, we're going to have upper 80s again, and it'll feel like the low to mid-90s as we start to work our way out of this week and into the weekend. 76, still pretty comfy in Wilmington. 77 in Batesville. Off to our west, you're saying, well, it doesn't look too bad out there. 67 in Terre Haute, but that is a rain-cooled 67. They have flash flood warnings out there, at least one big flash flood warning just across the state line into Illinois. These very slow-moving storms, don't be surprised if we see some more flash flood warnings popping up there south of Bloomington, between Bloomington and Evansville, because those storms really aren't moving, and they're producing rainfall rates over 2 inches an hour in a few spots. So some messy weather out that way. Thankful for high pressure still hanging on for us. Keeping us nice and dry. There was some more flooding there between Carbondale and Effingham. Just one flood warning still lingering there. And this flash flood warning in particular in Illinois runs through 7:45 Central Time, so that would be 8:45 our time, Eastern Time. So a little over an hour left on that. What's happening? Well, we have a little low over there near Evansville. Like I said, it's just slowly spinning. High pressure here off to the northeast. Still trying to hang on. I mean, it's really pushing its way out. Just last week, we were talking about this. It was back here to our northwest. It was giving us that nice northeast wind, the nice lake breeze. By Sunday, it started to push over here. A little higher north, but working with a camera I gave myself here, this camera shot. It moved off to the northeast by Sunday. That allowed more humidity to swing back in. Now it's off the camera, stage right over here. And as it continues to push away, it's going to open up the door for these storms to push back in. Just a very slim chance out there this evening for a shower, a downpour, mostly in our southernmost communities, but the better rain chances, again, in a lot of spots, could push in as early as tomorrow morning, so be prepared for that. It doesn't take much around here. A few leaves on the road could slow things down. Leaves, I don't know why I said leaves, like that's a word. Leaves. A few of those, could slow things down. A few raindrops can do the same thing, as you well know. So be prepared for a slower than normal morning drive Tuesday. It's not going to be too widespread. It should not be too intense like what they're seeing out to the west, but there will be some sprinkles out there. And after a nice long weekend, everybody's windshield wipers were taken off or something. I don't know. You'll know how it works. Just a few drops of water on the road. Everybody's going to slam on the brakes tomorrow. 68 tomorrow morning. The clouds, in addition to the few showers we're going to see outside, will help to keep temperatures just a little bit warmer than what we saw outside with those 50s, the fall-like 50s this weekend, now turning back in the mid to upper 60s for the morning drive tomorrow. And as early as 3, 4, 5 o'clock, you can see we'll start to see some showers pushing back into the area. Not widespread, not a washout, but enough to slow things down. Same for the evening drive. We'll have a few straight downpours rolling through the area. Overall rain chances, there's more dry time than not. That's all I'll say about that. I mean, more of us will stay dry tomorrow. However, there will be at least a chance for a few storms rolling back in. Late Tuesday night, storms continue in a few spots, but after about 9 to 10 o'clock, most of the rain starts to wrap up, and we'll work our way into what looks to be a mostly dry Wednesday. There's a slim chance for a few downpours, but most of us are dry. And as we dry back out through the middle of this week into the late week, that is when those summer-like feels are going to start to return. So here's the next couple of days. Spotty storms, best chance of rain for the work week. And that's going to be tomorrow, and that's just a spotty chance. Again, less than 50% of us are going to see the storms outside, and there's going to be some dry time mixed in. So even if you do see the rain, it won't be an all-day thing. Spotty storms outside. Wednesday, we start to dry back out, and you can see what's going on with the temperatures. They start to climb. 87 Thursday. We're back in the upper 80s by Friday, almost 90 by Saturday. But that's when we'll reintroduce another spotty chance for showers and thunderstorms. That area of high pressure continues to dive off to the northeast. By Wednesday, again, slim chance. The door's still open, but that lousy low, it's pretty weak. It moves away. And then we calm back down for the most part. Thursday and Friday, less than a 10% chance for rain each of those days. So if you're looking for the next driest days, that will be Thursday and Friday. Can't guarantee that it's going to be rain-free, but more of us than not, the vast majority of us, will be dry Thursday and Friday. That's what's going to allow the temperatures to start to rebound. By Saturday, you'll see a spotty shower chance starts to push back in. There's that very slim chance on Friday. Saturday, better rain chances start to sweep back in. There will be a lousy low down through the southeast, but we're keeping our eyes up there to the northwest. That will be our next big storm system that will roll in Sunday, lifting a warm front across the area. And that will keep us warm, but also increase the rain chances. It'll kind of bring a little bit more moisture back into the tri-state. But better rain chances could help to cool us down, too. We'll see how that works out. Either way, much warmer than what we enjoyed, which was a little taste of fall. And that's all it was, a little appetizer, a little false hope, because it is back to summer, as you can see. 84 outside tomorrow. We dry out a little bit Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, pushing those temperatures back into the upper 80s. Almost 90 Saturday and Sunday. Now, that's just the actual temperature. Like I said, we've seen our driest, our lowest dew points, on average to start a month of August. Not going to hang on, because look what the feels like temperatures do as we work our way into the next 7 days. By as early as Saturday, some spots will be in the 90s, 90s on Sunday, 91 Monday, and summer will be back before you know it. So enjoy what's left of a little bit of comfort outside today. I say this because not only is it going to last through the next 7 days where things are going to be warming back up, but look what happens as we work our way through the heart of August, the 12th to the 18th, and it's not just us that are going to be slow roasting outside, but the entire country, with the exception of Southern California, everybody going to be above normal, if not well above normal. And unfortunately, the tri-state, all the Ohio Valley for the most part, in that well above normal category. It'll be even worse, likely, off towards northern Pennsylvania, New York, and portions of New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut. It's just going to be a little messy up that way. So, with that said, enjoy what's left of our little bit of comfort outside today, even if it's a little bit more gloomy outside, because it will be all up from here. Here are the next 7 days, and like I said, as promised, a little warmer outside. 84 today. It's already a little warmer than we were yesterday. I think we only hit 80 yesterday. I'd have to go back and double check, but I think we hit 80 yesterday. We're talking, mid-80s outside today in a few spots, 84 outside again tomorrow, 86 on Wednesday, and it just keeps on going as we dry back out. Not completely dry, but as we dry out a bit, Thursday into Friday, temperature and the humidity is going to be building in too, so it's going to make it feel like the 90s outside in a few spots. Same with Saturday, but at least some better rain chances Saturday and Sunday will help to keep things a little more in check, a little cooler. A brief rain-cooled 86 there Sunday before we ramp up again early next week. A lot of stuff happening out there. Of course, we have the Cincinnati Open happening. Again, best chances to get out in there and check that out. It will just be a little bit more summer-like Thursday and Friday, but pretty nice outside. Most of us, more of us than not, will be dry outside to close out the week. Saturday, Sunday, no, we could have some rain delays for that, but no big issues with just a scattering of storms outside. And then FC Cincinnati has 2 matches this coming week, both at home. The Thursday match is a Leagues Cup match, so it's an in-season tournament they've been playing in the last couple of matches. They have one more home match with that, and they are playing, now it's escaped me. Who are they playing outside? I think Chivas out of Liga MX. They're playing them again Thursday, and then Sunday they go back to MLS play, regular season play. So more of a regular season match, and that's also alumni night over at TQL Stadium. They have the match, and then right after that, they have some of the old players, because it's their 10-year anniversary this year. They're playing outside on Sunday right after that match. So that's going to be a fun time, and I really hope the rain holds off. But that's something to keep an eye on out there for the second half of this upcoming weekend. Monday, slim chance, and then you can see what the temperatures are doing there. Upper 80s by the end of this forecast. Let's see if we got any questions, comments, complaints, suggestions going on. Are we finished with the humidity? Oh, Iris, we are not. As I was mentioning there before, we saw the moistest, because everybody loves that word, I love to say it, the moistest June and July ever, and it wasn't really particularly close. I'll pull this back up for you. The most humid Julys, June-July combination on record. The average dew point for June and July this year was 67.02. We cracked the 67 mark. When you get to the 70s, it's pretty tropical, right? You're going to feel it, especially the mid-70s. So we're closing in on that. That was the average. We had some a little bit lower, some a little bit higher, but on, especially towards the end of July, it was in the 70s for most of it. So 67, even the, up and down swings we see in the dew point department through the day this time of the year. 67, that's a really high number. And the only times we've been even close to that were back in 2010 and 2011 at 65 and 66. So it was our stickiest, our soupiest, maybe we'll go with soupiest, maybe people like that more, 67 for June and July. And then we opened up August. For the first 4 days, we've seen the driest August so far. I have it written down here somewhere. Yeah, current start, lowest ever, 55.12 for the first 4 days here. That has been the average dew point number. And again, just taking a look at dew points, where they're at right now. Yeah, because that was mostly the first 3 days, right? Our dew point right now, jumping back to it, just following up on this question, still not bad. It's a little higher than the 55 normal, average we've been running, especially in Lebanon, Batesville. Things are really starting to ramp back up, but still 59 at the international airport's pretty comfy. It's not going to last. That's going to change as early as tomorrow, with better rain chances rolling back in. So, are we finished with the humidity? No. So we have to get rid of the corn. We have to not get rid of it in a bad way. We have to harvest the corn and make sure it's gone. Once we get rid of the corn out there and we start to slide to September, that's typically when we get more dry spells outside. The dew points start to drop a bit. But that's what's skewing the number. That's why it's almost 10 degrees higher in the dew point department in Lebanon than it is downtown right now. Because that particular airport center is surrounded by agriculture. So it skews the numbers a little bit higher. The corn and the other crops, they put off a lot of moisture this time of the year in their mature stage. So once we get rid of the corn, Lebanon will get back to a little bit more normal at least for that reading. Same with Batesville. They're usually a little bit higher, though right now, not too much higher. How much? Let's see. Somebody asked here, Kimberly saying, hoping the weather will continue to be nice. Today's kind of the last real comfortable day. If you have some yard work that you haven't done yet, try to do it tonight. I know you're running out of time. Sunset tonight, 8:46, so you have about an hour and 15 minutes to get anything you need done outside, chore-wise. Try to do it tonight because as we work way through the rest of the week, I mean, it's not bad. There will be dry time, later this week, but it's definitely going to be more of the summer-like feel rather than the fall. So I was out there, what day did I get out? Saturday morning, maybe? I think I was out Saturday morning. It was really nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still went through about 3 bottles of Gatorade, but it was pretty good out there. Let's see, how am I doing today? What's the weather like tomorrow? I'm doing great. Had a great weekend, not too busy. Got to hang out with some friends and do some things and got the yard work taken care of, which is, I've been putting it off for a long time. So what is the weather like tomorrow? Tomorrow, spotty storms return as early as the morning. I think we'll see some better chances in the afternoon. Otherwise, really nice. No big issues out there for that. What else we got going on? Darla, good evening. Hope you're having a great day. Will we see any severe storms this week? Likely not. There's no real big storm systems rolling through. The one that brings us, the spotty storms outside tomorrow, outside of some localized flooding, that'll be the biggest thing in terms of any kind of severe weather out there for that. So, not really seeing much in the way of severe weather chances. But we'll keep our eyes on the rest of August because you can't rule it out. We do see severe storms through this month, so we'll see how things work out for the rest of this month. We'll rock the block in Wilmington, be rained out on Saturday night. So let's hop back over here to the models, and I'll show you what I was talking about. We will see a chance for some spotty storms. Give me a second. I got to do a lot of scrolling here. More scrolling. There will be another storm system, kind of two. One's off to the southeast, one's up to the northwest, and they'll kind of squish together here as we work way towards the end of this week. So here is, hold on, I don't know exactly what time Rock the Block is. I assume it's going to be in the evening hours. And you'll see the best rain chances overall for much of Saturday are going to be down there to the southwest. That does not guarantee you a dry night, but I do have more of us not, staying dry Saturday anyway. And even if you're down to the southwest, don't cancel your plans if you're in southeast Indiana or down towards Owen County. It's going to be pretty spotty for the weekend. Very similar to what we're going to see outside tomorrow. Spotty storms. There will be some dry time. So no, I don't anticipate anything to be rained out any of these nights ahead. I think our next real best chance of rain, outside of the first alert we told you about for tomorrow, is going to be Sunday. It's not a first alert weather day. It's going to be a mild inconvenience just because people slam the brakes on with showers. But tomorrow, just giving you the first alert, the rain is back as early as tomorrow. And then I think Sunday we'll see about a 50-50 shot in most cases to see the rainfall pushing back in. Jeff chiming in saying, I hope September is cooler. The heat needs to go. Well, it's been nice. We have seen one of our most comfortable starts to August ever. But yeah, it's not going to last long. So hopefully you got outside and enjoyed this weekend. And today, what else we got going on? Hope I had a great weekend. I did. It was great. You got both lawns cut, so Sam's chiming in. They got both the lawns cut. Enjoyed the cooler weather. But yeah, summer, we're not even close. It is only the 4th of August. We have a lot of August to go, and even September and October. I mean, officially, fall does not begin for 40-something days. Let's see what we got here. How many days? Because I did not write that down. 49s. We're just under the 50-day mark until autumn begins. So we still got at least, officially 49 more days of summer to go. But, it's going to feel like summer. It typically does, at least into mid-October. Sometimes in late October you can catch some breaks outside, but not a lot. Not recently. Let's see. Starting at 7. Yeah, so at 7 o'clock, again, chances for Jess there are going to be pretty spotty up in Wilmington for Rock the Block or anything else you have going on in your neighborhoods this weekend. Really no big rain chances. Just spotty on Saturday, a little bit more on Sunday. But more dry than not both days. So no big issues there. I don't have any more comments happening over here. With that, I think we'll call it quits. Let me just give you my social media pages here because, never hurts to try to scrape a few of you away from the Fox 19 page here. Over to mine. And if you want to come over to mine too and check out some weather, I'll be posting some fun stuff here. Talked about how sticky it was through the months of June and July and how dry it's been in August so far. But, you know, always posting forecast stuff. If you want any severe weather updates, those typically get posted as well here on these pages. Facebook, mostly weather on that one and some funny memes. I think they're funny. Some people think they're funny. Some people react that way. I don't know. But a little less serious at times, and then some serious stuff too. Twitter, that's mostly all severe weather updates, or X nowadays. So that's that. I don't get on there a ton anymore. And then there's Instagram. That's mostly personal things, or memes, or travel. Just a quick heads up to you because you're watching. I will be out of town. I have a little vacation that's been planned for a long time, so if I disappear, it's nothing bad, I hope, unless something terrible happens between now and tomorrow. But I leave Wednesday, so going to be heading out, little family vacation action there. Working our way out. So it'll be a lot of Aaron and Anna covering through next week. And then what I had hinted at last week with everybody, if you're still tuned in here, on a Monday, is that a little something different coming next week. This has gotten pushed off. I know it was supposed to start today, and you're probably like, what happened? It didn't happen. If you were paying attention, we have a little graphical switcheroo happening next week. It got pushed off a week. But we are launching some new stuff. I hope you like it. I've been working on it a lot. Aaron has been working on it. Aaron Ashley has been working on it a lot in the background to get this stuff up and running for you. Thank you, Sam. That change will happen next week. So starting next Monday, I think in the 3 o'clock show, things are going to look a little different. Hopefully you guys like it. If you wanted a sneak peek, I think it's already launched on our streaming sub-channel, our weather sub-channel. And if you have any complaints, don't yell at me. That's all I got to say. But I think you'll like them. I think you'll notice a nice change, a little breath of fresh air here in some of the graphics. Not just in weather, it's happening station-wide, so you'll notice some differences coming up, which I'll be working on later tonight ahead of that launch next week. So until then, here is your 7-day forecast. Thanks again for tuning in this evening here on this Monday, not so miserable Monday. It's been nice outside, right? Tomorrow, we start off at 66 degrees, back in the mid-80s outside tomorrow afternoon. Some spotty storms are possible, both morning and afternoon, though I think with the better chances for lightning, some thunderstorms will be in the afternoon hours. We dry out for the most part Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday's our best rain and storm chance through the work week. It's not to say you can't see a downpour Wednesday or even Friday, but most of us are dry there through the end of the week before things ramp up again this weekend. This weekend, as you can see, as things start to calm down in the rain department, temperatures are going to go up. 87 Thursday and Friday, feels like temperatures in the 90s. 89 Saturday, if you dodge the storm, some areas could hit the 90s. Then we'll see a rain-cooled 86 Sunday. Yes, there will be scattered storms out and about. It will not be a washout, though, so either day, again, you have outdoor plans. Just be cautious with those. Don't cancel anything. And then Monday of next week, a slim storm chances. The rain chances drop off again next week. Here comes summer, and it will likely stick around at least through the first, between now and all the way through about the 20th or so of August. I really think it's going to keep on going from there. Not much relief in sight. The pattern looks very favorable for above normal temperatures through the middle of the month at least, and probably a little bit more than that. So stay cool. Hopefully you enjoyed the nice cool down. Don't say I never gave you anything. We had 4 whole days of it. That's all I could do. That's the best Mother Nature. That was the best bargain I could drive. Get out there, enjoy what's left of it tonight. Another really nice evening, and then things are all up from here. We're back to summer, at least for the extended future. Not forever, probably. I do think we'll see some fall and some winter, but probably not for a while. So enjoy today. Hopefully we can catch another cool down in the near future because summer is back through this week. Enjoy it, everybody.